YouTube, what is up? So, continuing on with the Marvel Legends Shang-Chi and the Legends of the Ten Rings wave. This is part of the Marvel's Mr. Hyde Build-A-Figure series. And here we have Death Dealer. I really want to like this figure. It strays far away from his original look in the comics. However, I still think this is going to be a dope figure. At some point, do I think we will get a comic accurate Death Dealer? Yeah, that's gonna be a tough one. Just because he's a bit of an obscure character in the comics, but with him being in the movie, I think it makes it more of a possibility, and that figure will be welcomed with open arms. And his look in the comics is fire. Like, it's a really good looking figure. And besides, we do need some Shang-Chi villains to go along with our comic book accurate Shang-Chi that we have there in the background. But yeah, Death Dealer. Pretty dope. Uh Lai Chin Lee. His first appearance was Master of Kung Fu number 115 in 1982. So he's a bit of a double agent, and he worked for Fu Manchu and MI6. And MI6 considered him to be like way too brutal and dangerous. And so the director of MI6 tasked Dennis Nayland, Smith, and Shang-Chi, to take him out. So after escaping and returning to Fu Manchu, uh, Lin was gifted the mask, costume, weaponry, and the title of Death Dealer. And from that point on, he goes on to clash with Shang-Chi several times until his fatal defeat. So in the comics, he does die. And because of that, his son, Huo Li, or Huo Lai, I should say, uh, tried to go after Shang-Chi, and he eventually got whipped as well. And I recall the fight, but I think, yeah, Shang-Chi just pretty much, whipped on him really bad, and it was not even a challenge. So here's the packaging. And here it says Death Dealer is one of the most formidable opponents Shang-Chi has ever faced. So in the comics, well, let's talk about what we've seen in the movie so far, because his run in the comics is like maybe 3 issues. Like, it's not even that long. But here in the movie, we see that Death Dealer is training Shang-Chi. So it's kind of one of those things where we talked about how different the origin story for Shang-Chi and some of these characters are. This is going to be, you know, one of those things. And, I don't know what to make or think of it. You don't know which way Marvel is going to go with this. Whether is this the actual Death Dealer and maybe somebody else, you know, but then why would he come after, him in some of the, and this is speculation, in some of the scenes that we did see in the previews. But so it's kind of like, okay, yeah, maybe Death Dealer is a bad guy, maybe not, but the way he's portrayed in the movie, in the previews, he is a bad guy. And it's kind of the same thing with Win Wu. Like, is he the Mandarin or is it somebody else? Like, now it's starting to get to the point of like where you're speculating, like, okay, like, so much, like, the everything that you would go to, like, let's say you went on Google and looked up Win Wu, is going to say he's the Mandarin. Like, is it that easy? You know what I mean? So who knows what's going on with this mysterious character? Is his name the same? Is it Li Qinlin or is it just something else? I mean, who knows? But so far, the figure, and you know what? Maybe that's just me like second guessing everything now. But really good looking figure. We did show that the side art. There's the UPC, pretty much the same. Really good looking. Man, I wish I had that comic book to show you guys right now. Um, yeah. So let's crack this open, open it up, and see what we think about them. All right. So here we have Death Dealer out of package. Let me grab that out of the background. And I'm pretty happy with this figure. Initially, it comes out the box very stiff, and it seems like it doesn't have a waist rotation, but as you can see, it does. I had to loosen that up a little bit. Ab crunch, is there something in there? It feels like it, but this thing is on super tight. But everything just pops about this figure, man. The colors, everything. It does feel stiff. I'm not too mad at that. Um, and on his backside, you can see he has a couple of daggers there. In the comics, I'm not sure if he uses daggers. I gotta think about that because it's been a while. I know he has a sword, and this figure did not come with anything like that. But this is kind of weird. How I guess maybe if you have him in a pose like that, it's cool. But like if you're like this, you would think that would go downward. I don't know. That's just probably nitpicking. But the hair, okay, cool. But really, man, this is the more I look at this, the more I like it. He did come with two alternate hands, and I'm just glad they're not the same hand because we've gotten that before, and then we get another hand that has nothing. So he does have a left and right alternate hand with a throwing dagger and two daggers that are being thrown. Cool. Let's go ahead and pop those out and switch them out. I would have loved to got a gripping hand just so we can give him a sword just in case we wanted to do that. But so we got these daggers being thrown out there, very similar to a Bullseye. I think there might have been another figure, Ronin, with the stars. But yeah, man, this is pretty dope. I like it. Um, I think I like it a little more than Winwoo. I really wish I could get this off, man. Let's see. Does this pop off? No, it's. I think it can. Oh god, I'm gonna destroy this thing just to see what the hell's under here. I can always buy another one. Yeah, no, it's tearing the plastic. Yeah, I'm gonna really demolish this thing if I do that. But it seemed like it wants to come apart here, but it's glued in. So the more I play with it, it's just starting to tear, and that's unfortunate. I wish this could have came off. Maybe we could have got him in some more, dynamic poses. But it is what it is. I mean, beggars can't be choosers. I'm happy with it as is. Um, Maybe if I get another one, I'll try to do that. Not too sure. I don't see a reason to have two of these figures. Um, Maybe I'll put one on the MCU shelf and then the other on the comic book shelf with Shang-Chi. But I really want a comic book accurate version of him. Um, Again, like with some of these figures, none of them have uh boot cuts. They got the thigh swivel here, and then but nothing down here. And I mean, obviously, you get the obvious double jointed knees, and then the ankle, and then what have you. But it's the same thing with Wenwu, and we didn't even talk about that. It looks as if it has a boot cut here, but it doesn't. Did it need it? Maybe. I mean, maybe it would give us better posability with these figures, but there's not a lot to complain about. They are what they are, and that's there's nothing we can do about it besides like them, and I do like them. Um, Here we got the left hand to Mr. Hyde, and man, I can't wait. I keep saying that. Can't wait to get that open. The next figure up is gonna be the Zayling, and I'm doing these individuals because I want to go over their stories. But Zayling has no comic book history at all, and we're gonna talk about that next. So please like, subscribe, and as always, take care.